Racism is natural. Greetings, my human friends. This is Rudolf of Germany, the tall white alien. Yes, racism seems to be natural for human beings and other creatures. Let me explain to you why. Using an example out of the history of the early childhood of Carl, my human host, which you see in front of you, and whose body I use occasionally to make videos and have social intercourse with people. At the age of about 3.5 years, as Carl told me, he had a very strange and his life impacting, even until today, experience. At this time, it was completely normal for children to play on the street, unattended, by themselves, for hours at a time, because there were not so much traffic in the streets, particularly after World War II. Lots of buildings have been still destroyed from the bombings of the Allied forces, and the children just lived a free life between the rubble and played as they wished, while their parents were probably working, and in the evening, children even that age would somehow find their way back home. One day, Carl walked the street of his home along the rubble and went around the corner to meet some of his little friends about his same age. And once he passed this corner, he came into an area of a fallen down building, and he found his friends over there, 4 or 5 of them, laughing, clapping hilariously. He wondered what was the cause of this kind of behavior. And he came closer and looked and found in their midst a black boy, a little black boy about 3 or 3.5 years old, about the same age as the white boys around him. This was the first time Carl saw a black child. He was very interested, but at the same time completely disturbed and shocked. Why? Because the other children, the white children, have surrounded this black boy who seemed to have come out of nowhere, because there were absolutely no black or foreign children at all anywhere in the city. They surrounded this little boy and start frightening him, pushing him, screaming at him, making fun of him, and eventually start pushing him into a corner where this little boy was shivering of fear and started bitterly crying. This was observed by the other children in a kind of fashion which seemed to give them the impression that this was not bad enough, and they started slapping and beating on this child. Carl was standing a few feet away and could not believe, even at the age of 3.5, what he was experiencing. He never experienced violence at all because he came out of a very good home, and now he was experiencing the world and venturing out onto the streets, and he saw children abusing of another child, obviously, just because he had another outer appearance. He had a darker skin color. Karl was so shocked, he had no chance to interfere, but he turned around and ran away and never forgot this situation, this terrible moment in his entire life. Today I speak about this because I want to put a question into your mind: if racism is not a natural occurring phenomena in humans, even from the very moment of birth, even from the very moment humans can look, reflect and think, why are people so cruel? Why are people racists? Well, my first video I made, every week thousands of people are still watching it, and many thousands of people are commenting on it. Why is this very first video of mine so popular? Just because I made some strange remarks about white people are not human? Did this catch the attention of white, black and other people to comment on it and give their own opinion? Yes, obviously, this video is so popular because it hits the nerve of a very vast racist population. And it does not matter if you are white or black or Indian or Chinese. Racism seems to be a natural occurrence in humans, and the bitter and abusive comments which you can read under this video I made proves it to you. People seem to enjoy insulting and abusing verbally, and if they had the chance and it would get unpunished, even physically, people of another appearance. Why is this so? Well, I don't want to give you any answers to it, but I would be interested to know from you, and many of you have overcome racism, but most of you who are watching this right now are probably racist all the way down to the core. Why is it that you believe because you are black and your skin color is a bit darker that you are better than anybody else? Or why is it that you are white, maybe even completely uneducated and a loser, think that any other person, particularly black people, are less than you? Can you tell me that? Rudolf of Germany.